Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us on FootPound's first Zoom meeting. Today, we'll go through a very high-level overview of what FootPound is and how it can best benefit your organization. I'll start the video right away and start sharing, just to share my presentation. Yeah. As I said before, this is our Zoom meeting in which we'll be going through a high-level overview of what FootPound can do for you. We have a few issues on our item menus. These are the issues that these are the events that we'll be covering today. And then we'll discuss how FootPound is designed with the technical stuff, take you through some of our packages and cluster modules, and show you some of our free value-added services, and best show which clients are best suited to use FootPound, and then guide you in terms of how we can go about creating a demo or a free trial. Now, first of all, FootPound ERP is a module-based system in the technical stuff. So what do you mean by that FootPound ERP is a module system is that the basic unit of the basic building block of FootPound is a FootPound module. And a module is a self-contained system that performs a one business function, such as payroll, invoicing, logistics. So one department, your payroll department and all of its functions will use the payroll module. We'll use the payroll module. And all of our modules are divided into clusters. So we have the HR cluster, which is the HR focused modules, and we have the sales, payables, and receivables modules, which is our sales modules, and we've got the finance cluster, which is our cluster systems. All the modules form into a cluster. So it's modules, they form into a cluster, and then that cluster forms into a tenant. And a FootPound ERP tenant is a self-contained instance of FootPound that you can subscribe to. And your instance of FootPound's data and processes are ring-fenced from any other client. So no two clients will ever have access to the same FootPound, will ever have access to the same FootPound instance. And we have a RabbitMQ middleware. So this middleware, it allows us to build integration software with your organization. If you have an existing system that you'd like for us to integrate with into FootPound, we'll do so the integration using the enterprise service bus middleware. So this service bus, we build it using RabbitMQ. RabbitMQ is one of the most stable enterprise service bus open source software. It's free to use, but it's got a lot of great features and it's very well robust. The last I checked, they had over close to about 10 million active installations of it. And next, we'll look at the packages that we have in FootPound. FootPound ERP is made up of 4 packages. And these 4 packages are FootPound Gold, FootPound Platinum, FootPound Vibranium, and FootPound Adamantium. The biggest difference between the packages, with all the packages, you can still have access. You still have access to all the modules. You still have access to our dedicated behind the scenes support and to make sure that you get the best value for money when using FootPound ERP. But the biggest difference with all the 4 different packages that we offer is in the level and the comprehensiveness of the SLA that we both sign, right? So if you go on and subscribe to FootPound ERP, the SLA that you sign determines which package you land in. If you sign with FootPound Vibranium, which is our topmost package, we will have a dedicated product support specialist located at your premises, or they'll either be located with us in our own premises, but we are absolutely 100% supporting your business, or they can co-locate. They can co-locate and be in your own business. That's how they can co-locate, right? So the first package that we have, it's FootPound Gold, as I said. This is our most affordable package. It's an entry-level package. This package is aimed mostly at small, medium enterprises that need to capitalize on the growing efficiencies. The FootPound Platinum package is designed for companies that have slowly started growing a bit, and they need a little bit more processing power and space than when they've outgrown FootPound Gold, right? So those are the two initial packages that you can subscribe to, that you can subscribe and build your business processing from. And FootPound Vibranium is our best value for money package. This is the best package where you get more bang for your buck. There's more processing powers, there's more cloud servers, there's more tenants that you can subscribe to. Remember, I said that a tenant is a self-contained unit of FootPound that belongs to you. The data there will forever be yours. It's your system and it's ring-fenced and no one else can access it but you. So that's a FootPound tenant. And FootPound Vibranium is the first package in which you can have more than one tenant per package. FootPound Gold and FootPound Platinum, you can only have one tenant per package. But with FootPound Vibranium, you can have multiple tenants. So this then allows you to, when you run an organization with lots of subsidiaries, you can have each subsidiary have its own dedicated tenant. So therefore, that ensures that even from an accounting and reporting point of view, you've got a fairly structured way of segregating your financial data between each different business unit, right? And our topmost package is FootPound Adamantium. This is the most comprehensive package, and as I mentioned before, we'll give you a dedicated product support specialist. This will be the person that will either co-locate in your premises or will co-locate, will be in our offices. And these product support specialists, they are there to basically help you get the most out of FootPound ERP. They are there to ensure that anything that you need done around with any support, any ad hoc reports that you need them to draw from the SQL Server backend, they will draw that for you using their coding skills to do that, right? So those are the 4 packages that we have. We have FootPound Gold, FootPound Platinum, FootPound Vibranium, and FootPound Adamantium. With FootPound Adamantium being the one that you can install in the cloud and also on your own premises. So you can have that sort of hybrid on cloud, on premises installation. A growing business experiences a lot of growing pains. And one of those growing pains is in the human resource management space. When the business started, you managed your employees' salaries by using an Excel spreadsheet to do all the calculation and then transferring the finalized product into a Word template that you can just edit out to show the payslip that your employees will get at the end of the day. And you may have kept all of your employees' records in your inbox. You may have also just noted down their annual leave or any disciplinary issues on a Word document, and then just said employee X took so much leave in January, so therefore they can't take any more leave later on, right? And these rudimentary systems eventually starts to strain. You as the business owner, you're spending more and more and more time just running the human resource systems that you have. When you had 2 or 3 headcount, it was easy for you just to quickly calculate how much they get. But once your employee headcount starts to increase, you now have to spend more and more of your time just on getting the pay slips to come out. And you end up with a pay slip like this, right? You have to edit out everything manually. You have to change the name, the designation, what they're working on, the pay periods. And you may once in a while make a mistake. This is supposed to be Dlamini computer solutions, but you might have made a typo and end up with a pay slips that reads Dlamini computer solutions, right? And this is where FootPound ERP steps in. This is where FootPound ERP shines. We will give you a FootPound employment module. So the FootPound employment modules manages your hiring of your employees and the terminations thereof, and also serves as a repository for all of your employees' documentations. Documentations such as contracts, the employment contracts that they signed with you, their ID documents and any certifications and professional accreditations that they have. They will all be managed inside the FootPound My Employee module. When you also offer the FootPound My Leave module, so My Leave module manages the annual leave, all other kinds of leaves that you want to structure in your organization for your employees. I used to work for a company where they had a birthday leave. So you get 1 day extra on top of all of your leaves, and that 1 day extra would be called birthday leave. So with My Leave module, you have 100% control in terms of how to structure your employees' leave structure. An industrial relations module, the FootPound industrial relations module, that module we use it to enforce your code of conduct. So with this module, you can issue CCMA compliant written warnings, final warnings, and also hearings, right? So that's our FootPound relations module. And the last module that we have there is the FootPound payroll module. The FootPound payroll module manages your employees' payroll. You will also, how you manage employees' payroll is that when a new employee joins, you get them to sign a, sorry, someone is just joining. When a new employee joins, you get them to sign a remuneration package. So a remuneration package is a structured salary that you have in your organization. With this structured salary that you have in your organization, once that remuneration package has been approved by your finance director, then every time you run payroll, you will have a new payslip for your employee. And once that payslip has been authorized, all of your employees will get a notification about their payslips. We've all been there, right? Where after a quick Google search, you've located what you think is an ideal service provider for what you are looking for. And you quickly get in contact with them to say, hey, please send me a quotation or an invoice about what you are selling. I'm interested in buying. And they send you something like this. a Word template invoice that is still editable without any of their corporate identity colors, without any of their information. Maybe they'll have the company name there and a VAT number there and a company registration number there, just to try to infer a bit of legitimacy to them. But ultimately, the invoice is underwhelming by itself. And you start wondering, if their invoice is this underwhelming, how will their services be, right? And this is where FootPound once again shines through. It shines through because we give you the following modules. We'll give you a sales code module. In the sales code module, you will quickly generate sales code for all of your clients, and you can issue those sales code. And once a code has been accepted, inside the FootPound sales code module, there's a very quick way of quickly converting it into an invoice. And that's when the next module comes into play. The FootPound sales invoice module manages all of your invoices in your organization. And the invoices that you generate there are SARS compliant because they have a consecutive non-broken streak of invoice numbers, which is actually a SARS requirement to say that all of your invoices must have an unbroken sequence number to them. So if you issue an invoice and it's invoice 101, the next time you issue another invoice, it will be invoice 102, and then the next one is 103, so forth and so on, right? Now, once you've issued this invoice and you've sent it out to your client, and then the client is not that happy with the price or maybe with the quantities, you then have to amend that invoice. But once again, it's actually SARS directive, and it's illegal to amend an issued invoice. So we'll then go into the next FootPound module, which is the FootPound credit memos module. And then you issue a credit memo on that already issued invoice. So therefore, say for example, you had an invoice of 10 wares that you try to sell to your client. And then the client said, actually, I can't afford 10 anymore. I'd like only 5. In that instance, then that's when you actually start to go into the credit memos module and then credit 5 items, and then the invoice will be left with 5. But you cannot go and edit the invoice directly yourself. In fact, there's nowhere inside FootPound ERP as it stands right now where you can go and edit an issued invoice. Once it's issued, it is locked down and no one else can edit it. Now, after your client has received the invoice, whether they wanted an amendment or not, but after they've received that invoice, you then need to deliver on what they paid for. And if you sell physical wares, if you sell something physical that you need to deliver, that's when the next module comes in, the FootPound delivery waybill module. This is our logistics management module. We use this module to manage all the deliveries of your goods to the clients after they've paid, or even if it's on credit, we'll use this module to deliver those goods to the client. So therefore, if what you are rendering is an online service, you wouldn't really need to create a delivery mechanism for that, apart from just creating it for traceabilities, but there wouldn't be anything to deliver. And the last 3 modules in the FootPounds, in the sales, receivables, and payable cluster, is your purchase order, your purchase invoice, and your debit memos. And they work similar to the first 3, just opposite, right? This is where you pay out. So if you want to order something, you will first have to save it as a debit order. So it's a purchase order in your system. Once it's saved as a purchase order, you'll then send it out to the client, to your service provider, I mean to say. Once the service provider is happy, they will then issue you with an invoice, and then you'll create an invoice on your site and then pay that invoice. If there's any issues between you and the client in terms of reconciling your 2 invoices, we'll use a debit memo to reconcile that. One of the areas in any business that is very prone to fraud is in the capturing of bank accounts. This is the point where suppliers' bank accounts are captured and your employees' bank accounts are captured. It is at this point that lots of fraud is committed in organizations. That's why FootPound offers you a FootPound bank accounts module. This bank account module ensures that all of your bank accounts in the system can be captured and authorized by only the people that you let to authorize them. You can even create a dual system. You can even create a dual system where one person captures the invoice and the next person just authorizes your invoices. So that's the FootPound bank accounts module. The next module is your FootPound payments module. This module is used to administer the payments to and from your clients and also to disperse salaries to your employees. And the last module in the finance cluster is your statements. So this is the module where once you've done all the invoices, you've paid all the invoices, and then there's amount still overdue, you will then go into your FootPound statements module to go and generate statements to then send out to your clients. And it's important that I note at this stage that all of the exports that you export from the system in terms of the statements, the invoices, the quotations, all of them are in PDF. So no one can edit them. We offer 2 value-added services that are bundled into your FootPound subscription, and these are free for the lifetime of your subscription with FootPound ERP. We offer a FootPound EDOCX and FootPound Learning. FootPound Learning is our video tutorial. This is where we have our how-to articles and tutorials and courses that your employees can partake in to ensure that they can best use FootPound ERP correctly in your business. And it also lowers the barriers it also lowers the resistance and the barriers that your employees might have in terms of learning the system. So if there's something that they're not familiar with doing inside the system, they just go into FootPound Learning and then they quickly get it done. FootPound EDOCX is our corporate identity management service. Do you remember those invoices that I spoke about? Those invoices, the statements, the pay slips, all of those. We use the FootPound EDOCX system to manage them out. We use the FootPound EDOCX system to ensure that all your stationery has got a consistent look and feel. It's got a consistent brand identity that is of your own business. So you can, when you subscribe to FootPound ERP, we use this to ensure that all of your statements and all of the invoices that you generate out of FootPound, they reflect your organization. Well, the best suited clients to use FootPound ERP, the best suited clients for using FootPound ERP are any business that wants to consolidate their various functional software packages. You may have different software packages from different vendors. So you want to consolidate all of them into a single enterprise-wide solution with a simple subscription structure to that. So you've got only one payment to make and then some 3 or 5 different systems are all covered. So any of those is well suited for. We do, however, have a strong preference for financial services and consulting businesses, but any business whatsoever will clearly accommodate you and all the requirements that you might have. We offer a 120-day trial for you to assess the feasibility of using FootPound ERP in your organization. And the reason why it's 120 days instead of the standard 30-day trial is so that you can be able to generate invoices for 3 months, statements for 3 months, and everything for 3 months, so that you can do a bit of age analysis on them. Because most age analysis will start at 3 months to eventually just check 3 months of data, 3 months of financial data, 3 months of sales, 3 months of that. Then you can sort of average that quite nicely. And we can arrange a demo, whether on site, on Zoom like this, or we can do it in your organization. So let us know if you'd like a demo. Just drop us your email here, and then we'll be able to come and get it sorted out. So this is our onboarding timeline. Our onboarding timeline shows the number of steps that go through in terms of you getting a FootPound ERP tenant live. You actually just have, you register your FootPound ID, choose a package, we provision your tenant, you pay your fee, you access the store, and then boom, goes your dynamite. You are live on FootPound ERP. Thank you, everyone. It has been a very productive session. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers. Stop sharing.